Hello and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Randesha, or Randy for short, and I make budgeting, planning, and organization videos. So if that interests you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you'll be notified next time I upload. Okay, so in this video, we are going to set up our paycheck number 1. So for the month of June. So my paycheck, I need a little space for the date up here because I just have, I don't know if it shows up on camera. I should have did a lighter color, but I honestly thought these stickers would show up better. But anyways, it says paycheck 1 and paycheck 2. So I actually want a sticker to put right here for the specific dates. So let me just get a colorful box. I wanted to put these alphas in rose gold, but I don't have any rose gold alpha stickers, so I had to make do with what I had. And I'm looking for some like blue or something like that that'll go up here, but it looks like I don't have any more blue in that colorful boxes sticker book, so let me grab another one. I could use that one. Okay, so it looks like I'm gonna have to pull from this because I'm sure the section in the front is green. And this box size is too big, so I'll just grab a skinny one. Okay, and while I'm actually in there, I'll grab another one for this side. Okay, it's gonna kind of be sticking off the page on that side, so I'll put it over here. It's not the best setup, but it'll just have to do. Okay, so for this paycheck, I am budgeting from June 5th through June 18th. So that's what I'm gonna put. And then my paycheck number 2, I'll just put the date, is going to be from June 19th all the way to July 2nd. So let me put that. June, what did I say? 19th? Yeah, through July 2nd. And the reason why I picked those dates is because I want to pick the day that we get paid all the way through the day before our next pay period. So even though we do get paid weekly, I am presenting my budget to you guys in a bi-weekly paycheck type of style instead of weekly, so that I can show you the income and I can show you a better representation of my budgeting process. So yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's do income, and then I'm gonna do, let me do plus or minus over here so I can see what I'm working with, and then we'll do actual right there, and then we'll do estimated right there. So I am going to combine me and my husband's income for the 2 weeks, and I'm just going to put N plus D pay. And then I'm going to do estimated is 3,200. Then I'm actually, let me lower that down because I like my first income line to be pay yourself first. And then I want it to be our income. So estimated, I'm not going to put a 0 just because I know we should be receiving something for the pay yourself first. I just don't know what exactly it is. So I'm going to just leave estimated for that at 0. And then I'm going to fill in the actual next week when I do, well, no, not next week. I'm going to do it in 2 weeks when I go to set up Paycheck 2 and give you the results of Paycheck 1. So I'll explain that in just a second. So N plus D pay is going to be estimated at 3,200, and then we're going to do the actual in 2 weeks. And then do I want to do various? Let's just do various and see how it goes. We're not expecting anything, so that's why I typically put 0 for various, but we'll see. I'm thinking about taking that out of the budget altogether. But okay, so various, and then we're going to do income total. And I'm going to do like that. So estimated is 3,200. So back to the pay yourself first. So basically, once I go to close out paycheck number 1 and give you guys like the results, anything that we receive more than 3,200 for this paycheck is going to be what goes into the pay yourself first. So I kind of go into that number backwards, if that makes sense. So say we get paid 3,500 for this pay period. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put 300 here, and then I'm still going to put the actual as 3,200. And those two combined will be the 3,500 that we actually receive for the paycheck. And the reason why I do that is because I budget on a set amount every paycheck. So it doesn't matter if we receive more, because we only need this amount for the week or for the 2 weeks in order to live our lives comfortably. So any amount that comes in above the 3,200 automatically goes into the pay yourself category. So right when the money comes in, I just transfer the excess to our sinking funds, if that makes sense. So it's like I never take into account more than that, more than this set amount, unless we really need it, like unless it's an emergency, or unless or unless like one of our checks are short. And then of course we would use that money, and then like no money would be going towards the pay yourself first. But for the most part, we typically, have in excess of our like the money that we need in order to be comfortable. So yeah, so I'm going to erase this. So it'll make more sense if you just stay tuned to my channel. It'll make more sense as when I give you guys the update on paycheck number 1. So I'm going to continue on to the expenses. And then I'm going to do budgeted, actual, and then plus or minus. So the 1st through the 4th was covered in our May rollover. So that's why I don't start from the 1st of the month. I start with the first paycheck of the month. So gas is going to be 180. So if you're new to my channel, I budget $90 a week for gas, but since this paycheck is now 2 weeks, it's going to be 180. And then for groceries, we do $100 every week. So typically this groceries would be $200. But if you watched one of my previous videos, I said that basically I just blew our grocery money on snacks. And yeah, so this time around, we definitely need like actual groceries, and we're really feeling it. So I'm going to actually budget a larger amount of our grocery money in this paycheck. And then in this paycheck, it's only going to be like $70. So that's not to say that I'm going to blow like the whole 330 in these first 2 weeks. But I'm just giving us room to like buy meats and stuff like that so that we can have more groceries. And then anything that any money left over from the groceries from this paycheck, of course, is going to be used towards the paycheck number 2. So I hope that made sense. Diapers. We used to budget $55 a week, but now we're only doing $80 a month, and that whole $80 is going to come out in this paycheck. I We do have a rollover account, and how I was using it previously was that any expenses that came in before the first paycheck of the month was included in the rollover. So for May, these items that were due from the first to the fourth, I was setting money aside in May in order to pay for them. I'm no longer going to do that. What I am going to do is use my rollover account in order to basically split our mortgage into, like our mortgage payment into. So if you look at my calendar, I have like roll dash mortgage here and I have roll dash mortgage here. So I'm splitting it up into two kind of like payments for the month of June, so that when the mortgage is due on July 1st, I have that money set aside already. So, and I split it into two just to kind of like even out how much money is coming out of each paycheck. So to basically like balance the checks, because the later half of the month is when our bigger expenses come out. So like we're paying $200 towards one of our credit cards. Our car insurance is $265. Like our water and trash is $100. So as you can see, this latter half of the month is heavier in bills. So I'm going to take out more money in the first half of the month in order to set aside towards the mortgage. So roll mortgage is going to be 1,201 spot 36. Okay. And then my life insurance is 5764. Okay, and then Disney Plus. Um, if you watched my June budget video, then you know that we just switched from Verizon, from our cell phone bill with Verizon, and from our home internet bill with Frontier. We combined both of those services and switched to Spectrum. So with that switch, we lost our Disney Plus because we were getting Disney Plus free for a year through Verizon. So we actually want to keep that service. So I am now going to pay for it. So it has become a line item in my budget. Originally, I thought it was going to be $6.99 because that's what we were being charged through Verizon. But I actually saw that I saw it before, but I actually forgot. They have a bundle deal for $12.99 for Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN. And my husband does like sports, so I thought that was a really good deal because we already have Hulu, and I think we're paying for Hulu. Since it came out in the rollover, I don't have that amount in the bill, but I believe it's $11.99 or $12.99, one of those. So it kind of, I think it's $12.99. So it kind of doesn't really matter that it's, $12.99, because now for the price of Hulu that I was paying anyway, I'm getting Disney Plus and ESPN, if that makes sense. So to remind myself that we made that switch, I'm just going to put Disney Plus. Because if I put Hulu, I'm going to be like, my Hulu was covered in my rollover. Why am I paying that again? So yeah, it's just a note to myself. Yeah. Okay, so Disney Plus, and then I did have Spectrum to come out this day as well, but I looked at the bill and it's not going to be due. The first bill isn't going to be due until July. So I actually took that line item out of this month's budget. So Costco credit card, this is just a reminder. I pay the balance on this credit card weekly. And then this as well, our Amazon credit card, I pay the balance on that weekly, because what I do is whenever I use the card, I automatically I immediately go into our bank account and transfer the money from that digital envelope to the account that we like, to the savings account that we specifically hold money for, to pay off the balance of like Costco or Amazon, if that makes sense. So when we use our card, I immediately transfer money from whatever account. So if it was like food and we just ate out, I'll transfer money from our food account, transfer it to our Costco account. And then when the bill comes due, when I go to pay it every week, I'll pay the money out of that actual Costco savings account. So I hope that makes sense. If it didn't, leave a comment down below and I'll definitely be willing to explain further. Or you can DM me on Instagram. And then iCloud. So I'm not going to write these two on the paycheck because, there's no reason to. So iCloud is for the iCloud storage, and that's $9.99. And then the checking fee for our Sapphire account, I don't think I've ever said this on my channel, but basically I am going to switch to this app called Cube Money, and the link's down in my description if you want to check out what I'm talking about. But it's basically a digital cash envelopes app that's going to come later this year, and I've been waiting for it to launch, but it's because of everything that's going on, it has been delayed in the launch date. So I just got a email saying that it's going to be pushed back even further for us. So what I'm thinking to do is to actually, like, while I'm waiting on Cube, because I'm definitely going to switch to it because I already bought a lifetime membership to the app. While I'm waiting on that to launch, I really want to get rid of this checking fee. So what I'm thinking to do is to switch to, well, not switch, but to open up a Capital 360 account so that basically we can separate our digital envelopes with Capital One 360 instead of with Chase. Because in order to do it with Chase, we are being charged a $25 checking fee because we don't meet the minimum daily cash balance, which I think is $75,000 you have to have in that account in order to have this checking fee waived. And yeah, we definitely do not have it like that. So I'm pretty tired of this checking fee now. So, and I think it would be good, since I am doing budgeting content on my channel, to go ahead and do that and like show you guys and tell you guys my experience. So just in case you don't want to do the Chase Sapphire like I am right now, and you actually been wondering about the Capital 360, I think it would be, a good little review to have. So if you want to see that, go ahead and like or comment this video, and I'll let you guys know when I do that. Okay, so checking fee. Let's see, school loans. My school loans are deferred, but I'm still making the monthly payment because we are able to. And I think it's a good idea while there's no interest being charged, that we just get the principal down as much as possible before things go back to normal. So we do pay childcare weekly, and it's $320 a week. So we're paying for this week and this week. So that's why I have childcare times 2. And we pay this with our Costco credit card. So that's why I don't have like a childcare up here and right here. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. So childcare times 2 is going to be $640. And then yard service is going to be $40. We don't have anyone coming out right here, but again, if you've been keeping up with my videos, then you know at this point I'm basically starting a sinking fund for our yard service, because when we do get someone out here to like maintenance our yard, it's going to be ridiculous because we have all kinds of tumbleweeds. We do live in a high desert in Southern California, so the tumbleweeds are getting outrageous. And I want my son to be able to play in the backyard without me having to worry that he's like touching prickly bushes and eating weeds and the things that young boys do. Not even young boys, young kids. So this each one of us gets $50 for fund money, so that's what that is. And then let's see, natural gas, Frontier, Netflix. Natural gas, Frontier, and Netflix. Okay, so natural gas, I budget $30 a month, and it's going into the summer, so I don't expect to use that whole $30, but that's just typically how much it is a month. And then Frontier, even though we're getting rid of Frontier, I expect a prorated bill. I don't know how much because I'm not exactly sure when the term dates, when the billing period ends for Frontier. So I'm just going to budget a full month's worth. And Frontier is 77 something. They like snuck in some kind of security suite product or whatever in our bill that, yeah, we definitely didn't sign up for, but it's okay. I'm canceling anyway. And Netflix is $12.99. Alrighty, so let's see. So that is, yeah, until the 18th. So nothing else comes out from the 15th to the 18th. So that's it for this paycheck. I am going to put the expense total down here because I want, it's a 2 week period. So I want to give myself, as much room as possible in order to write down any unexpected expenses. So that's why I'm leaving that space. And then we're going to go like that. And then I'm going to put the remaining. I completely spelled that wrong. Remaining. Okay. So let's get our calculator so we can add up the budgeted. Okay. All right. Okay. So the remaining is going to be 240.77. And then what I'm going to do with this is roll this over into our sinking funds. Let me just back into the expense total because I did like the remaining. So let me just really quick. So the expense total is $2,959.23. And what I'm going to do is I actually want to add some color. So I'm actually going to highlight these two columns and then like do gray right here. So I'm going to do gray right here. That came out so crooked, but whatever. This and I'm going to say this one. I don't exactly remember. Oh, this is definitely, that is orange. That is definitely not. what I used. Whew, almost messed up my budget, y'all. I'd have been so pissed. Okay, so that. All right, to separate those two areas. And then down here, what I'm going to do is probably highlight the plus or minus to represent whether we were under or over budget for this paycheck. I'll probably highlight that in like a green or a red. So that is the setup of this paycheck, and I'll do a check-in, like a just weekly check-in to see where we're at with this paycheck next week, and then we'll close it out the like 2 weeks from now, and then set up paycheck number 2 over here. So if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you want to be one of the first ones to see my next video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.